All right, welcome to episode 5 of Big Brother. Oh no. Oh no. I can hear myself. I'm so sorry. Welcome to episode 5 of Big Reality Rundown, where we're recapping episode 5 of Big Brother All Stars with myself and my co-host Christian Holman. And tonight's episode, I feel like we're starting to get some stuff going. How'd you feel about it?
Oh yeah, tonight was a big episode, which is I predicted you're gonna see a HOH who feels like they have a lot of power and
Fiery.
kind of they kind of rub people the wrong way.
Yep.
So it's exactly what we got this episode.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked just the whole episode. I mean, it was good. It wasn't like mind blowing, but I mean, at least it was better than last week. Like the start of it, everything about this episode was much better than everything we got last week. So this episode basically just starts with Memphis just talking about how it's his first HOH. Just
Which was
talking to
very
different
obvious.
people.
It was very obvious that was his first HOH.
Yeah.
That he acted like a man who had never had power before.
Yeah, and he was loving it, every bit of it, and I don't think anybody else in the house was feeling it at all. But we kind of just start with Kevin is talking to him a little bit, Kevin just talking to himself. I think in the diary room, just being just annoying. Just Kevin just is constantly just annoying, sad, just like. And this time he was happy, but it was still just annoying. Kevin, I'm just out on
Well,
Kevin.
it was weird because in the diary room he was like going like super happy, excited, but like he was alone in the kitchen and he looked so sad. So it's like,
What
what's
is
the real
going
emotion?
on here? Yeah. We also have David talking in the diary room about how he doesn't feel safe at all. How he's just like, Memphis winning is not good for me. I don't talk to Memphis. I don't have a relationship with Memphis. I just don't feel good about this at all. Which he shouldn't. He hasn't talked to Memphis at all, so he shouldn't feel good.
Yeah, he definitely predicted it correctly. He's I feel like he felt a little targeted.
Yeah, which was
You could tell he
stupid.
felt real targeted.
Yeah, he did definitely. And I think we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Bailey Janelle talk, which they have a better relationship than I think the show is letting on. Like they talk a lot.
Bailey and yeah, you could tell that they seemed like they really seemed like friends when
Yeah,
they were talking in that
yeah.
little
I
scene.
think like
Which
every
we
day,
haven't seen them talking at all, but they actually seemed like they were close in some way.
yeah, like every day they go and work out together in one room. I don't even know what room it is, but they go to one room and work out together, just them two, which is very obvious that they're in there just like talking about game because why? Like it's just them two. There's nobody else. And so, but yeah, every day they talk about game and they're very tight. So that's an interesting relationship to watch out for.
Yeah, we'll probably see
Um,
a blossom here soon. Probably as long as they both survive next week or two.
Especially if the other side gets
Maybe.
power, which who knows if they're going to. But if Janelle, Kaser, any of those get power, like look out.
Yeah,
I feel
which
like
I'm really rooting for.
yeah,
I really want
100.
to see.
I think it'll definitely shake up the house a lot. But this is when we get to the have-not situation. So Memphis comes out. And he's like, this year the have-nots are being picked by the previous have-nots, and you can't pick yourself. You can't pick someone that had already been a have-not that week. You get to pick someone new. He says, so me being a have-not last week, I'll go ahead and pick first. And he says, what was it he said? He said, I'm picking you, David. Have fun, buddy. And I thought it was very, like, joking, like, very, like, playful. Like, they were acting on the feeds, like, after this when it came back, that he had been, like, the rudest person in the world, and he had been, like, mean about it and aggressive
Well,
about it.
his delivery was a little off. Instead of
Maybe,
being like that, he probably should have mentioned, "Hey, you're the rookie. It's your time to get your." It's what he said in his DR was way better than what he said in person.
true,
Which in
but
person it wasn't necessarily mean, but it was just like you didn't. All you said was out of nowhere, "It's you." You gotta kind of.
yeah, but they made it sound like because we didn't see it on the feeds, like they didn't show any of it, so no one kind of knew what he said and how he said it. So everybody's speculating, but the way everybody acted, they were like pissed at Memphis because the way he said it and went about it, and they said he was too aggressive. He like targeted David, but it was like, I mean, he's never been on slop. Like
Yeah,
it's an easy pick.
yeah. Which he should have. He should have probably said that instead of just being like, "I choose you."
True, but I don't see any big deal of it, but a lot of people did.
I think politically
Um,
it probably wasn't a great move.
So yeah, Memphis picks David. Who else was it? Nicole, Anthony picked Christmas. Ian asked for a volunteer, and
I got
Nicole,
Nicole for
yeah,
Anthony.
and also Memphis was pissed about that. They didn't really show that, but Memphis was not happy that Nicole just like volunteered for it. He wanted Ian to pick somebody.
Yeah, which I mean, it kind of makes sense a little bit, trying to force people to show their hand a little bit.
But like every year, people do that. They're like, anybody want to volunteer? Like the HOH normally has to pick all of them, and he'll be like, anybody want to volunteer? And normally, like one or two will volunteer. So it's a very normal thing to be said. I don't know. I didn't see really any issue with it. And then Kevin picked Kaser, which was out of left field. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anything about that decision.
no, I think he was just like, I don't know, so I'm just gonna throw someone random that's probably not gonna get mad. So I just went with Kaser, which honestly, have-nots, who really cares? I don't think they really show much of it. So, then we go to David talking about how he's on slop and how he thinks that he's definitely going to be nominated because of it. Which honestly, he should feel that way. Like it was very clear that Memphis was targeting him. He was targeting, but it wasn't mean about it. Was my thing.
No, it wasn't mean, but it just wasn't sensitive in a house where you have to always be sensitive of how the.
Well, I'm pretty sure like David after that was like crying and like was very upset that he was like went about it that way. I don't know if it was after Noms or if it was then, but I'm pretty sure it was after that. Like he was like visibly upset, which he was putting on a front, and you could tell like he was like smiling after. He was like definitely putting it up there, but like, come on, dude.
Yeah, probably
Not that big a deal.
Yeah, I think I just think Memphis went about it. I don't think he said it the right way, and then I mean again, David's right. Of course, if he's gonna pick you, he literally didn't even explain to you why he was putting you up or selecting you for slop. He just said, "Yeah, it's you. Good luck." So.
Yeah, good luck, buddy. But I mean, again, like people were acting like even on Twitter, they were acting like Memphis had done something terrible. It's like he picked him for a have-not. Like who cares? Like this isn't a bad like. Oh well, we'll just move past it. So we go to Memphis and Cody talking in the HOH room, and Cody's asking him about Noms, what he's thinking, and he's like, I mean, Nicole A and David are the easy choices, and then he's like, Ian, I really want to go after Ian. Ian's a threat. I want to get him out of here. He doesn't need to be here any longer. And then he's like, or I could just Janelle and Kaser just go for it, which clearly that doesn't happen. But at least he's thinking about that, which I think it's very dumb on Memphis's part to go after Janelle and Kaser, which I think he sees that.
I think so too. I think they'll definitely be willing to work with him. They think they're working with him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they.
So it would be good for him personally to keep those numbers on his side.
Yeah.
Because he has 6. He has 5 already over there, and an additional 2 for him.
Yep. Janelle and Kaser 100% think they have Memphis, like no doubt, and Memphis is the complete opposite. But
yeah,
it would still be dumb for.
If he doesn't slow his roll a little bit, he probably will be on the outs of everyone soon.
Everyone, yeah, it's not looking good for Memphis right now, but we'll see how the next couple weeks pan out for him. He also tells Cody that he wants to get a lot of people to play in the safety suite, which he's putting it off as like for the group, like it's better for the group if everybody plays, so there's less people, and then but it's 100% for him so he can win, and they're seeing right through it. Literally, he pulls like everybody comes up to talk, and he says the same exact thing, and it is 100% clear what he's doing.
Yeah, which it makes sense.
It definitely makes sense.
It's a really good idea to try to get everyone to play it, but to make your alliance feel like you're trying to pull one over on them.
Yeah.
That's whenever you're struggling. So
you have to go about it very smooth. Like you can't. It's like it's gonna go this way or the other way, and you don't want to go the other way, and it went the other way.
It went the other way.
Yeah, it wasn't even close. But yeah, everybody comes up literally one by one, and they're like, "Where's your head at? What are you thinking?" And he just says like verbatim the same thing to all of them. I don't have anybody picked out yet. Nothing's in my head. I just think you should play in the safety competition. The game's in your hand, and everybody's like, okay, all right, whatever, and they leave, and that's it. Like there was he gave no hints.
Yeah, I think it was funny seeing Nicole Anthony just instantly be like, "Don't you tell me what to do."
Stupid. Yes. Oh, yeah. Like Nicole Anthony goes up. He says the same thing. I haven't really picked anybody, but it's very clear. Like if someone said that to me, I would not feel safe, especially if I wasn't in a group with them or talked to them or had no connection to them. Like if I was told that, I would not feel safe whatsoever. And she's just like, I mean, my gut is telling me not to play, but maybe I should play.
Yeah, I
You
think
should
whenever
play.
the HOH is telling you you need to compete for safety, it's probably a better idea to do that and just swallow your pride.
So dumb. It's like,
But
oh,
if she survives this week, then she made the right move.
it's it's very dumb. So dumb.
Yeah.
Like, if she goes home, it's like it's her own fault. She can't blame anybody but herself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just didn't understand that at all. She was just like, I'm not gonna be told what to do. No one's gonna tell me what to do. It's like, you're going on the block then. Like, don't play and go on the block. We don't really care. Like, nobody cares what you do and your beliefs, but do what you want. And that also makes like an easy target. It's like if you don't play, it's like, oh, I told you to play, you didn't play, you clearly felt safe. So I don't know. I don't understand that one at all.
Yeah, that was a bad look for her.
Again, talks with Christmas and Nicole Franzel. Same thing. Just he wants two people out of is there 6 people in the alliance?
Yeah, 6 person.
Yeah, so he wants 2 of the 6 to play so it doesn't look like they're all working together. And he didn't really care who played or who did. He just wanted them to figure it out. And Christmas was like, I'll play. It's like, I want to play, which weird. Like, I get it. She didn't play in the comps last season or the season she was on, so I'm sure she's like geared up to like play something and she hasn't yet. But like, why would you like want to throw away your safety suite when you could use it next week?
It's still probably beneficial. I don't think anyone's probably no one's going to target Christmas right now.
But it's still like it's still one of those things. It's like
it's one of those things where it's like, hey, everybody in the alliance, I sacrificed for you guys.
But I don't even think she like looked at it that way. I think she was just like geared up to play. She was just like, yeah, I'm 100% playing. Like, yeah. So then it's down to Tyler, Cody, Danny, Nicole Franzel to play. They have to. One of those 4 have to play, or don't have to, but they're really pushing for 2 people to play. So Nicole Franzel's like, I'm not playing. I'm not giving up my safety for next week. Like, that's dumb. Danny's same thing. She's like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, that's stupid. Like, I'm safe this week. Why would I do that? So Tyler goes up and talks to Memphis, and Memphis tells him the same thing. I want 2 people from the alliance to play. I don't care really who does it. And Tyler's like, yeah, I think Cody should do it, which clearly he's going to say that, which was smart. And it didn't look like Memphis was like put off by it. He was just like, yeah, like, I don't care who does it. Like, if you can talk, just go talk to him, make sure that he does it. And so Tyler goes downstairs. He's in the bathroom, and you can tell like Tyler is not playing in this. And so Cody comes in, and he's like, I mean, he's wanting one of us to play it. And Cody didn't really have any pushback, which was weird. He was just like, all right, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, which he said in his DR, he's like, yeah, I just don't want to be, I don't want to seem like aggressive to the alliance or anything. So I mean, which he was safe last week. So
yeah, true, and it's great for Tyler. I mean, it puts him in a good spot. But yeah, it was just
to the alliance. It probably still looks good to on Cody for doing that.
Yep. Oh yeah. So after all this, Ian comes up to talk to Memphis to see if feel him out, see what's going on. And basically, I mean, literally all of these conversations are the exact same. I think literally everybody walked up and everybody walked out feeling the same exact way, except for the people that were in the alliance, clearly. But this is just basically the segment of Memphis is like, I'm getting revenge for Dan.
Yeah, that was super funny. Just the idea that he needs to avenge Dan.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
Like, Memphis, you got beat 7-0. I don't think you have to avenge him.
Yeah, I think he avenged himself by smashing you.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't get 1 vote, so. But they are really close friends outside the house. Like, they've been close ever since their season. And I don't think Dan and Ian, like, I don't think they like each other at all. So it makes sense. Like, Dan's probably like, if you get a chance, knock him out. So
oh, yeah, I'm sure he said something like that.
It definitely makes sense. I think then we get to the safety suite. So Well, we get to the part where everybody's deciding. So David goes up, scans his first, and he scanned his pretty early. He was like, there's no
30
reason.
minutes.
Yeah,
He
he's like,
said 30 minutes.
yeah, he's like, there's really no reason for me to even like act like I'm not going to. So he scans his, and then everybody else was kind of like 5 minutes and below. They were like going. So Cody went, and then when Cody went, it kind of like there was the flood of people going. Ian goes, Kevin goes, Christmas goes, and then Bailey and Davon literally almost didn't. Like they were sitting there. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Bailey scanned hers twice for Davon.
maybe, but
That's what it looked like in the.
Yeah, she like but I don't think like I think as long as you like run
Yeah,
up there
just
and
the
I don't
idea
think
of it.
yeah.
Because I'm sure it's not a real scan.
Yeah, I think the beep's coming through on the post like edit. But yeah, so 7 people play in this one, which is good.
Actually, I think the beep's actually in the house.
Maybe.
I think they're announcing it to the house, like, you're approved, you're approved.
Yeah, maybe.
It kept cutting to, like, Nicole Anthony being like, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, so 7 people. So the people that haven't played, it's looking good for them next week.
Yeah, if you didn't play, it's a good next week. Yeah, you got to play it next week. So.
But if Nicole Anthony's not here, well, I mean, you're an idiot. So,
Exactly.
But yeah, the safety suite, it was another just, I like this competition better than the last one. This one actually, like, felt like they had to do something. Well, the last one they had to do something, but, like, this one was actually, like, something fun to watch a little bit.
Yeah, this one was pretty fun. Davon was cracking me up.
And she thought she killed it. She was like, I did great.
I think I won my first comp.
She was pumping herself up.
She's taking her shoes off. It was so funny.
Yeah, it was good. But like honestly, it looked hard. I didn't think any like the times when they came out, I was like, I'm shocked they did it that fast because that did not look easy.
Yeah, but based off Davon's reaction, she was the first one to have her timer read off. And it said 8 minutes. I was like, that's probably close. I don't think she won.
It's probably decent.
They win, never win. I was like, it's probably close. No, it was 6 minutes behind the
yeah, yeah. But yeah, the comp was they had to take the drinks, take them to their table, and they were all different weights, and the table was very like, how would you tipsy? Yeah, there you go. And they had to put the drinks on there and make it balanced, and they had 3 tables, and then they buzz in for their time. And so they all go, and David, like, it didn't even look like he was like hustling. He was just kind of like walking around, like talking to himself, like, dude, this is for safety.
Yeah. Which the edit was, I didn't like the edit with David's. Like, it showed, I understand why they did it since his name was going last. But, like, on David, it literally showed him start it and finish it with no failure. He finished before they even showed the second person go.
Yeah.
So it was just like, I didn't like the editing there.
Yeah, it just didn't look like he was hustling at all. So they get done with the competition. They're all sitting down. It's time to read off the scores. They go in reverse order of how they went, which I'm assuming they just went with how they buzzed in, and then they just went from the bottom up. What'd I say?
No, it was something here. Sorry.
Oh, all right. So starts with Davon, and her time was 8 minutes 41 seconds, and she during the competition, like I said, she legit thought she won. She thought she had done like amazing.
Oh, she was so funny. I was laughing the entire time because she would just say such funny things, and she took her shoes off and was using her toes. That was so funny.
Yeah. So she could have easily just reached down, grabbed all of them, put them on the table, and then started. She like wasted more time doing that. But again, she thought she killed it. She thought she did great. So it goes 8:41. And then Bailey's time was 2 minutes 48 seconds, and that's when you're like, Davon did terrible. Like Davon was horrible.
6 minutes from the closest person.
Yeah.
And she had an 8-minute timer.
And then we go from Bailey to Christmas with 1:38, which is still like that's even crazier. It's like it goes from 8 minutes to 1:30, 1:40, which
Christmas crushed it. I think 8:38, right?
1:38. Yeah.
Crushed it.
Yeah, and then the rest. Kevin, 2 minutes, 22 seconds. Ian, 3 minutes, 16 seconds. Cody, 2 minutes, 44 seconds. And then David, 2 minutes, 53 seconds. So, really, Christmas had it with ease. She didn't really even have to sweat. Yeah.
Which I mean, based on her competition, or her results,
which
we're gonna see Christmas win it all.
Yeah. Which I meant to talk about this before. We had they showed where after everybody buzzed in, Christmas and Ian were downstairs in the bathroom, and Ian's like, if you win, is there any way you would take me off? Like, I don't really know where I stand with Memphis. We don't talk a lot. Like, there's a good chance he's going to go after me. And he's like, there's really nothing I can give you other than safety next week. Like, that's all I got. I don't really have anything else. And she's like, you know what? Yeah, like, that sounds good. Well, I'll do that. Like, if I win, I got you. And I will try to, like, she's like, I will try. I'm not going to throw this. And he's like, okay. And I don't think he really thought that she was going to do it. I think he was just like, oh, like, maybe, but it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, I think that he thought that, like, he really convinced her to do something there.
I don't think so.
In fact, all he did was she just wanted to find someone else, and it was perfect for her.
But I don't even think that he, like, thought he convinced her. I think he just thought, like, I'm going to throw this out there, and maybe she bites.
Well, what he kept saying was, I just planted the seed.
Yeah.
So it was just like...
That's what I'm saying. Like, that. I mean, maybe he thought, I don't know.
It wasn't like a master game move from Ian. It was smart of him to ask for it, but it wasn't like some master game move, which I feel like he thought that he was just really bored.
Yeah, maybe. But that gets to Christmas clearly wins, and she has to pick someone, and she stands up, and she's like, I'm picking Ian, and she held to.
Yep. As soon as she said Ian's name, Memphis's face was just
so mad. But but again, like, if you don't want one or two people to be picked, and that, like, someone in your alliance is playing, you need to go to them before they play and be like, hey, if you win this, please don't pick this person, this person, this person, because I'm gonna target them. If you don't do that, you can't be mad.
Yeah, it's definitely on Memphis. Memphis had a bad week. He's had a real bad week, and he's the HOH.
Yeah. And it's even worse on the feeds. Like, they didn't really show, like, people are very against Memphis right now. And, like, even the people in his alliance are like, I can't work with him because he's just so, like, he's very selfish. Like, he's very all about me. Like, even if it's going to help the alliance, I don't really care. Like, it's got to like 100% help me. And if it doesn't, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, it's a really bad look. He's definitely got the HOH power fever.
I mean, it's his first one.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Christmas goes up to the HOH after it. She's like pumped. She's like, I did it. I won. Can you believe it? And Memphis is not having it. He's just like, yeah, you won. Great. But you just had to pick Ian. Like, it was very awkward, like super awkward. Because she went from like up here, like level 100 to as soon as like she saw that he was not having it, she looked like she was about to cry.
I didn't really think she looked too bad, but you could tell like her energy just went from like 100 to like 30.
She did not it was like she was jumping up and down. She was so pumped. She's like, I did this for us. This is great for us. And she was like, Ian, I got him. And he's like, I don't want him here for 5 or 6 weeks. Like, I want him gone. And she's like, oh yeah, like definitely. But at least next week we're good. Like, no, you're good, Christmas. Like,
if I'm making a prediction, there's a solid shot Memphis is gone inside of 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Memphis, which sucks because that was my pick. But I can always go back to my personal pick. I want Tyler to win, so I'm just gonna say Tyler was my pick. So we'll see.
Tyler's crushing her right now. Tyler's looking good.
Definitely. Especially next week if like someone going after him wins HOH and he wins the safety suite, which, I mean, who knows? I don't really think anybody's really going after Tyler, though, so I don't think he's really going to even need it next week.
No.
We'll see. I think Memphis is really the one that needs it next week. But, yeah, so she goes up there. She's all excited, and then he's just like, I wanted to go after Ian. Well, he didn't really say that, but you could tell he was like, I'm really mad that you picked Ian. But he's like, I get it. Like, I didn't say anything. You had to pick someone. It was the last, like, split-second decision. You had to do something. But we'll see what happens there. Then we go to Cody comes up and he's talking and he's like, what do we do now? Like, Ian's safe. What's the plan? And we kind of just get like nothing. It's like basically the same. David, Nicole, maybe pull the ripcord on Janelle, but let's be honest, that ain't gonna happen, especially with Memphis. So we kind of see where it's going.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious he was going to go with the easy, in quotation marks, Nicole and David. It's not too much of a shock there.
Yeah, which it's weird because like you wouldn't think Janelle and Kaser are the easy moves, but this week Janelle and Kaser is the easiest move you can make. They have nobody. It's them two. So like you put them two up, everybody's going to be happy with you. You're going to be like the man. Like you're set up good, which I get it. Like he's good with them, so he doesn't want to put them up and get them out. But like you're pissing everybody else off, so you're actually in a worse spot, but he thinks that he's in like this great spot.
So everybody wants Kaser and Janelle?
Yeah, nobody wants Kaser and Janelle. No, like, they think that, like, maybe if one goes, they could reel the other one in. But right now, they're like, get them out. Like, throw them up. Or they were all about, like, so Janelle and Kaser's been throwing, like, Cody's name out and Danny's name out and, like, different people's names out. And, like, it's getting back to these people. And so they're going up to Memphis like, hey, they're saying our names. Like, they're coming after us. If they win next week, they're putting us on the block. And, like, why are we not doing anything about that? And Memphis is just kind of like beating around the bush, like, you know. But I get it. Like, it makes sense for Memphis not to, but, like, at a certain point, you have to do what's best for the people that you're working with and not make them mad, because if you make them mad, then you're on the outs of everybody.
Yeah.
But I don't think he sees it like that.
No, he's not done a great job at not making himself look bad.
I guess we'll see what happens with the veto and go from there. But as of right now, but that leads us to nominations. We get the nominations come up, and again, after the nominations, which we'll get to, everybody was mad. Like on Twitter, like when they came back up, you saw. I think this is actually when nominations happened. It's David, Nicole, which was very clear the whole time that it was going to be David and Nicole. When he twists the key for Nicole, it was like, I've nominated you because you didn't play in the safety suite. I told you to play in the safety suite, and you just blatantly didn't do it. And David's, he said, welcome to the grown-ups table now. Welcome to the grown-ups table, buddy. You got to prove yourself. Which I didn't think was all that bad.
I think saying welcome to the grown-ups table is a bad look. I don't think that's a great thing to say. I think, again, you have to say, this is your first time being in this situation.
Yeah, I think he could have, like, yeah.
He's just not elegant. Like Bailey said earlier, he's really intense.
Aggressive.
He needs to cool himself a little bit.
But
realize that he's not HOH next week.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I don't think it's smart to be, like, all aggressive with it. But, like, people after this, because I think this is when David was, like, in the storage room crying and, like, putting on a show, like, with everybody, like, real upset and, like, just down on himself, which he was definitely playing it up because, like, whenever everybody left, he smirked, like, I got him. But, like, everybody on Twitter and, like, the live feeds, like, people that watch the live feeds were, like, freaking out that, like, Memphis was, like, the worst person in the world because he said this, which nobody really knew what he said. It wasn't clear. But I don't think what he said was that bad for David to be like, oh, he's targeting me because I'm different, because I'm a person of color, like, all this stuff. Like, no, he's targeting you because you played last season. You were the first person out. You've never even played the game, and this is an all-star season. And Memphis is the type of guy that's like, if you don't deserve to be here, I don't think you deserve to be here, so I'm going to go after you, and you're going to go home. That's the way I saw it. And, like, I think everybody else saw it as, like, he was just being a jerk and all this stuff, which he probably was being a jerk, and that's just how he is. But it did not, like, call for, like, the big freak out, like, crying, being all emotional, acting like he was targeting you as a person.
Well, like you said, if David's actually playing it up for a little bit, it's a good move on David's part.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely smart. But I'm just saying, like, for people, like, to say, like, oh, he's, like, not even, like, the people in the house. I'm talking, like, people, like, just me and you, like, people on Twitter, to be like, Memphis did this out of malicious, like, intent toward David. It's like, no, he did this because he shouldn't be an all-star. Like, he shouldn't be there. He really shouldn't, if we're being honest.
Yeah, definitely. He's not an all-star, but, you know, he gets through this week and he pulls off some moves. If he wins, I mean...
No, he's in a great... If he stays this week, he's in a great spot because everybody loves him. Tyler's, like, him and Tyler are super close. That side likes him. The other side, like, thinks he's a nice guy. I don't think he's going to go anywhere, but, like, it's just unfortunate for him that the one person that really, like, would screw him up if they won HOH was Memphis, and Memphis won. So it's really, like, the only person that, like, I think would have put him up if they won. So it's just unfortunate for him.
Which, with the two nominees right now, you got Nicole and David, which they're both likable.
Yeah, definitely.
And so, I think, I mean, I'm leaning towards David staying, but I mean, I honestly don't know.
I don't either. It could go. I really could go either way. I feel like I think David, but honestly, it's all going to depend on the veto. Because like, let's say Tyler plays in the veto. Does Tyler bring like? Tyler's already been up to him like, hey man, like I got you. We're gonna win this. Like if I win the veto, I got you. But like, is he really gonna do that week 2 for David?
No, he's gonna throw it.
Yeah, but I'm just
Even
saying
though he
like,
said
but
he
like let's
won't,
say,
he will throw it.
but let's say it's like one of those just crapshoots, and he just magically it goes into the perfect spot and he wins. Like, what's he do? It could go like it could go either way.
He doesn't play it, and he decides he wants to evict him. That's what he would
True.
do.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
I lied to you.
it would be dumb.
Caught jury. I'm just gonna get you out before
Yeah.
you get me back.
Yeah, 100%. But like even like Janelle, so Janelle is trying to get in with Nicole Anthony because like she really has nowhere to go and like nobody's wanting to work with her. So like let's say Janelle plays, Janelle wins. She's already told Nicole, hey,
Pacer goes up if she does that. She ain't gonna do that.
But she's like told Nicole, hey, I got you. If I win, I will use it. And like who knows if she's being serious, but like if she does, what happens? I guess yeah, Kaser. I mean, Kaser would probably go up, and Kaser would probably go home. But
yeah, Kaser would definitely go home.
yeah, so it's just the veto is very very important. If one of them especially won it too, it would get crazy.
Which I mean, if Janelle did do that, it would kind of make a little sense because I feel like she'd probably wants to distance herself in some way from Kaser, as
Yeah.
she's aware that they're attached. Which being attached to someone, especially early in the game, is a bad look.
Yeah, which I don't think she had any way around it. I think it was just kind of like this is gonna happen, which has kind of happened with a bunch of people, but them two are kind of like the main, like they're definitely together, like there's no doubt.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think this video is gonna be super interesting, and if Nicole or David win it, it's gonna be interesting to see what Memphis does as a replacement.
Yeah. Who else was he thinking about nominating besides Janelle and
Ian.
Kaser? And was that it? Just 5?
Yeah.
And he also
Oh, Bailey Davon. Bailey Davon. Yeah, I forgot about that. So it's yeah, I don't know either. It could be honestly none of those picks besides Janelle and Kaser, which his group want him to put up. If he put up someone else besides those two, his game's over.
Yeah, I think. I think Memphis is in a bad spot.
Yeah, I think he's in trouble anyways. But if that happens, it's gonna be even worse. But yeah, that's all I got from this episode. Do you have anything else?
Not particularly. I think we've kind of talked about the extra things to even talk about in terms of like what we believe is next. So I think Memphis is a real bad spot. I think
Terrible spot.
I think whoever's the nominee on the block this week, whichever one of them stays, is in a really good spot.
I agree with that. What's weird, I want to talk about this. Nicole Franzel to be in the spot she's in is kind of crazy. Like, I don't think people remember she's a winner.
I mean, probably not. I think people do, but Nicole just...
She's never seen as a threat.
Threatening personality.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's...
But she's one of those players that's just so annoying to, like, have on your side because you constantly have to be like, everything's okay, we're good. Like, you can't take 5 hours off of like not talking to her because she like gets super paranoid, gets super upset, and acts like the world's gonna end. So it's just crazy to me that everybody wants to work with her.
Yeah, I don't know much about that, but that's a bad look. I would not want to work with people like that.
No, she's the worst. I'm not for Nicole Franzel, but
I do like Nicole Franzel.
I don't at all. We'll be on opposite ends of that one. But with that being said, that's all we got for tonight. We will be back Wednesday night, same time. We'll shoot for 30 minutes after the episode. We will, if you want to watch us live, we pre-record these live every episode after the episode at twitch.tv/reality rundown. Drop a follow. We're trying to get to 50. Like and subscribe on our YouTube page, and we will see you Wednesday.